What if I told you that the rise and fall of a superpower that spanned over a vast part of the globe was orchestrated by just a handful of individuals? That their ideologies, their strategies, and their absolute power crafted the fate of millions? Welcome to the intricate tale of the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, or the USSR, a saga that represents one of the most dramatic episodes in the annals of human history. The story begins in the early 20th century, in the midst of World War I. The Russian Empire is crumbling from within, its people are starving and discontent is brewing. Enter Vladimir Lenin, a man with a vision of a state governed by workers, a vision of communism. Lenin, along with his Bolshevik party, orchestrates the October Revolution in 1917, toppling the interim government that had replaced the Tsar. This marks the birth of the USSR. Lenin's rule, however, was short-lived. His death in 1924 paved the way for a power struggle that would shape the USSR, and indeed the world, for the next several decades. The contenders, Joseph Stalin and Leon Trotsky, two of Lenin's closest associates, each with his own interpretation of Lenin's vision. Stalin emerges victorious and his reign begins. Stalin's rule was marked by rapid industrialization, a drive towards self-sufficiency, and the collectivization of agriculture, but it came at a high price. Millions perished in famines and purges as Stalin sought to consolidate his power and transform the USSR into a global superpower. Fast forward to the 1980s. The USSR is now an established superpower, rivaling the United States in military might and geopolitical influence. But cracks are beginning to show, the economy is stagnating and dissent is growing. Enter Mikhail Gorbachev, the man who would inadvertently become the architect of the USSR's downfall. Gorbachev introduces two key policies: glasnost, or openness, and perestroika, or restructuring. These policies were intended to boost the economy and curb corruption. Instead, they exposed the deep-seated problems within the USSR, sparking a wave of revolutions across Eastern Europe. By 1991, the USSR is on the brink of collapse. An attempted coup against Gorbachev accelerates its downfall. On December 26th, the USSR is officially dissolved, marking the end of an era that had lasted for more than 7 decades. So, what are the key takeaways from this saga? The USSR's rise was driven by a vision of a society governed by the proletariat, a vision that led to the overthrow of the Russian Empire and the establishment of a communist state. Its fall, on the other hand, was precipitated by a combination of economic stagnation, growing dissent, and the unintended consequences of attempts at reform. The story of the USSR serves as a stark reminder of the power of ideologies, the impact of individual leaders, and the profound ways in which political structures can shape the course of history. It's a tale of ambition, power, struggle, and ultimately, dissolution. A tale that continues to echo through the corridors of history.